there comes a point where us as YouTubers, podcasters, content creators have to take our personal feelings out of it, right? We have to leave the emotions at the door, especially when you have a large following. Here at Level 1, we're trying to grow that. But when you have a big following and people are falling off of every word that you say, you have to be really careful because you don't want to say things that are, number one, unnecessary, number two, unfounded. You just don't want to be that person that says, hey, I just say something crazy today, or I just say something to get the people going today just because it's Tuesday, right? So there's a lot of people who are posting on social media a clip from a podcast that I don't have the full context of, so I can't sit here and begin to demonize that podcast, because that's not what we do or what I do here at Level 1 Gaming. However, I'm going to try to summarize some things up and give my thoughts on that. Okay, so in the very small clip that I was able to see, again, do not have full context. It was about how Microsoft is the bad guy for buying up studios. Okay, and this, sort of bounces off the idea I talked about not too long ago, to where I think gamers need to stop focusing so much on when Microsoft is buying the next studio, when the next acquisition is happening. Let's focus on the games. Okay, so basically, these commentators were going on talking about how it's bad for Microsoft to buy certain studios. Okay, there was a rumor about them buying Take-Two, which I told you guys here that's likely not happening. Let's kind of let that go. That's one of those pipe dream type of scenarios. Yes, Microsoft has tons of money. Yes, they bought ZeniMax, but the situations are completely different. Okay, we look into how Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, and the question was brought up of why did they buy Ninja Theory? Well, I think that's pretty obvious to most people. We all heard that Ninja Theory might have been having some financial issues, and Microsoft came in, bought them up, and gave them creative freedom. As you can see with what they're doing with Hellblade 2 and Project Mara, they are being Ninja Theory. Nothing has stopped them from being who they are as a developer. The only difference is that they don't have to fear being shut down. They don't have to fear, okay, how are we going to pay this? How are we going to pay that? How are we going to make our next game? Let's split our team into 4 to 5 different subsections, go out and help up the studios and make 4 or 5 different games, and let's hope one of these hit. That's not the case, right? They got Microsoft as a backing, and that financial freedom is pretty much what they have at this point, and they get to continue to be themselves. ZeniMax and Microsoft has had a long-standing relationship. Okay, someone was going to buy ZeniMax, someone was going to buy Ninja Theory. Okay, someone was going to buy Obsidian. It just so happened to be Microsoft. Okay, let's say it was, I know some people want to say, let's say it was Sony who bought them. Would people still be up in arms? I don't believe so. I think because always the person in the room with the biggest wallet, the person with the most money, is the one people fear the most, and that's automatically the bad guy. Your daddy Warbucks. You're the one we should fear. I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. But we got to keep in mind, okay, someone was going to buy these studios at some point, right? We heard rumors that Sony was in talks for ZeniMax. That could have been the case. Sony could have been the one buying ZeniMax. We already know they were working, and they have exclusivity deals with Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. We were hearing they were looking to do the same thing with Starfield. Okay, they were really investing into these IPs from Bethesda, and so it's not too far-fetched to believe that, hey, maybe they were looking to build a relationship with them to eventually, buy them out. As we know, Sony really loves to nurture and be as close as possible with the studios that they decide to acquire. It just so happens that Microsoft and ZeniMax has already had that long-lasting relationship. Okay, so there's nothing to fear when it comes to the game. Nothing that you should fear when it comes to Microsoft owning ZeniMax or Microsoft owning Ninja Theory. These studios are being able to have the creative freedom and do the things that they want to do. This isn't something that Phil Spencer is just outright saying. If you talk to any developer, they're going to come out and tell you, yeah, we're working great with Microsoft. They're letting us do what we want to do as a team. Now, eventually, you're going to see the fruition to all of this, right? You're going to see the end result. You're going to see these amazing games come out, and they just take time, okay? Microsoft has a lot of studios. I'm sure they're going to be buying more studios, and I'm not totally against that. If a studio wants to be bought, who are we to tell Microsoft, hey, you cannot be the one to buy them? Okay, if it just so happens that a said platform no longer has access to sequels, then that's just what it is. If you want to play Spider-Man, you go and buy a PlayStation. Okay, if you want to play Mario, you go and buy a Nintendo. If you want to play a Bethesda title, i.e. Starfield, Doom, you go and get an Xbox or a PC or play via cloud. Okay, no one's saying that you no longer have access to this, you can't play this. It's about going down and buy it. I promise you, if you can buy 2 PlayStation 5s, you can buy a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox. If you can buy 3 Xboxes, you can go out and get a Switch. Okay, if you can spend thousands upon $1,000 to upgrade your PC, you can afford a PlayStation 5. This isn't controversial. This isn't rocket science. It's simple, okay? It's very simple. We should not fear Microsoft buying studios. Okay, if they want to be sold, they'll sell. And if they're smart, they will sell to the highest bidder. We cannot fault Microsoft for being the highest bidder. Okay, if these studios want something else outside of money, they want a relationship with a Sony, then they would take less money from Microsoft and have that relationship with Sony or Nintendo or Tencent, whoever they decide to sell to. But we cannot sit here and doom and gloom and kind of guilt Microsoft into, hey, do not buy them. Now, if Take-Two decides they want to sell, and they want to make the most money possible, and they're saying no matter what, we're going to sell, we can't fault them if they decide, hey, Microsoft's offering the most money, and so we're going to sell to Microsoft, and then from that point, GTA is exclusive to Xbox, PC, and cloud, or I'm sorry, exclusive to wherever Game Pass is. How can you truly be upset? Okay, especially if you own multiple PlayStation consoles, that you can't say, well, I can't afford it. You obviously can. You just don't want to go outside of your favorite ecosystem. Okay, we can't be upset if Take-Two, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, any of these people decide that they want to sell, and they want to sell to the highest bidder. That's just how the world works. Okay, you're not going to go out and get a limited edition pair of Jordans and say you're not going to sell to the highest bidder because you want this person next to you who you're cool with, and you're going to take 500 less bucks. You're not going to do that. Okay, you're going to take the 1,000 that Daddy Warbucks is offering. You're not going to take 500 because this person next to you, they're kind of cool. I like them more than I like you. It's not about that. Okay, that's not how the world works. Okay, it's about money. It really is. And as gamers, as long as the games are still flowing, as long as we're still having fun, as long as the games are affordable and they're coming out and we're eating good, that should be the only thing that matters. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, share out the video. Helps us out a lot. We are on a road to 1,000 subscribers, and we really appreciate you guys rocking with us. Be sure to get all your gaming news from lv1gaming.com. You guys have a great one, and I'm out.